as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. No, it's again. That's the way.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. This time, Jackson will throw it. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Stepping up, he'll try and run, and he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now on second and 13. Jackson. It's caught by Mark Ingram. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, 46 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their own 22.
21. Here we go. Hey, orbit.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's caught inside the 25. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, 78 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. Down the numbers. There he goes. The 40, 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. That kickoff return, 104 yards, and the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
To throw again on second down. Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way, just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. It's a first down following a gain of 3. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game...
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Chris Wormley. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo flushed out right. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. For that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
Watch the boot. Hey, alert 48. Alert.
Lock.
3 buds. Mike 48. Mike 48.
Play action. Garoppolo. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Pernell McPhee. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're starting to put some space here. The first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. That one, a first down pickup of 8. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. As the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Here we go.
They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. On play action, now Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Check 11. Go.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Eluding the pressure right. Deep ball for Goodwin. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin with his second touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are back within a single score. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-17. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down. From just shy of midfield, Jackson.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew.
The ball comes out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
All right, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Here we go.
They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Hey, shoot.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. That's Samuel, caught left side. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. The Niners on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Team 6.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. A big play there just before halftime. 46 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Lock. Hey, echo. Check back.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And he rifles one incomplete. Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
It's now 4th down.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half.
32-yard attempt.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? A gutsy call there. You exit the locker room with a lead. Try the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They were already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
15. 1st down, Baltimore.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now it's Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 74 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Now this time he'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, and a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep over the middle and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. From the corner, Jimmy Smith blitzes for the sack. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
Alpha. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Well, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the 1st down conversion. Jackson on 1st down. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. On 2nd and goal, Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will extend their lead even further. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Patrick Owasor in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. They'll roll him out right. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, and it's 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Sliding out of the pocket. And able to haul it in is Kittle. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Garoppolo now. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. To throw is Garoppolo. He'll buy some time right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? That's caught at the 3. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. From 3 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. Gold with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Flushed out right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. After the sack on 1st down, Garoppolo, he'll let this go, and it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 36 yards. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3.
Check 12, pals. Here we go. Hey, gun.
They'll try and run it in with Coleman. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. This time, Jackson will throw it, eluding the pressure right. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
11.
On first down, it's Coleman. The 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one good for 33 and a first.
Here we go.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10.
11.
Here's Coleman. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here we go.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. To throw is Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep down, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
Garoppolo looking to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. They'll run on first down. Coleman. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.